Hello, I'm John Monroe at the 16-1 gold mine in Allegheny, California. Before, we were at the Red Dog hydraulic mine. Today, we're at the 16-1 gold mine. 16-1 gold mine is the last traditional hard rock underground mine in California. We're going to go in, we're going to take a tour, we're going to talk to some of the guys, and we're going to see what it's really like to work in a modern day mine today. Tell us where we are right now.
We're at the 1,000 level at the tightener.
That's 1,000 feet underground?
1,000 feet underground.
And below the water level?
Yep.
Okay, what do we have here behind us and to your sides?
We have an exploratory drift to the left here. And we're trying to find gold, of course. The grain looks like it's pinching it. It's spread apart. 2 ways in there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's good.
How long have you been working on this here?
Let me say about a month or two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not very long.
Yeah.
So how far did you get in a month? Can you show us where you got in a month?
Not far enough.
Not far enough.
Yeah. That's where they started.
Yeah, we started back behind us,
Got it.
and we went all through here.
We took out over here on behind us. We took out 250 ounces, and we stoped that out. And now we know we've got virgin vein that the old timers weren't on. So now we're working towards the north, and we're basically going to drift it along and see what it tells us to do.
Yeah.
Question now this what you have is it chip the rock? Do you drill and then
we
blast?
Drill. Yeah, we drill and blast.
Drill and blast. Okay.
It's fine.
That's right here.
You sure can.
It's a pretty short steel, so I can just do one hole. It's a 2-footer.
We'll all laugh at you.
Your hands anyway.
Which lens was it in?
It was
in the upper one. Although around the corner, as I mentioned to you before, it was where it was brecciated. We had gold down in there, and it was like going back and forth on both lenses, so don't get too hung up on one lens or the other. But see how this one is still going?
Yep.
Right there.
Yeah.
What we're talking about here. Gold. Yeah, you can smell gold.
Yep.
What you want to smell is the arsenopyrite. And you can drill in wall rock. It's for a lack of anything else, it's kind of like garlic. And I remember when I was a young man carving up high grade with this old timer, and he said, "You smell that?" I go, "Yeah." And he said, "Smell like garlic?" I guess so. And same thing here. It was in this district also. But arsenopyrite, you have the wall rock arsenopyrite, which is earlier time mineral, and then you have the arsenopyrite that actually, my understanding of it, is the gold solutions would be coming up, and the gold gases would be coming up, and would help precipitate. It would help precipitate the gold. So when you have arsenopyrite in the quartz vein, 9 times out of 10 you have gold in it. And sometimes you have a big black chunk of rock, and you can feel the weight of it, and you put nitric acid or crush it up, and it's generally real high grade gold. And we'll get out of your way.
One more question. So how much would you put in for a blast? here?
It depends. I used 10 holes last time. Chico used 14. They're 4-foot holes. Put in a booster and a non-L, and then loaded with Perel. And we don't load it all the way to the end. Of course, you can't. It'll just fall out. But yeah, it depends. This ground's pretty soft, so 10 to 14 holes, perfect.
And you load them all but one.
Yeah.
And your center hole is your burn. You drill a hole. It's called dead hole. And then you blast to that, because dynamite's like water. It goes to least resistance.
Right.
So in order to get it started, you have to have some hole in there.
Void, yeah.
And if your burn doesn't go, then the rest of your round bootlegs. And then they went through a day almost for nothing because they had to start over. But that happens. And you got to watch this quartz, because it's literally as sharp as a razor sometimes, as glass. I've been here all these years, and I tell you, it never ceases to fascinate me. We've got a good example of how thick this vein can get here at the 16 to 1. Right here, the old timers were mining the hang wall, and that's approximately 45 to 50 foot up there. And they mine over the top of us. We're down here on the footwall, and they left this quartz in place. But generally speaking, the high grade is either going to be near the hang wall or near the footwall. Bucket machine. It's got a bucket on the front end, and it's basically an underground loader. They'll bring the ore car in, hook it up here, and so yeah, this is basically a loader. And you'll see the bucket come directly over and dump into the ore car, and then they take off. That's a slusher he's running right now. You guys get a feel for what a slusher is? Yeah. It's a bucket. That's how old this bucket down here. So Greg? Yeah. So that trail, that's actually our second escape way. That's our escape way. That actually will go down to the 1300 level, the 15, the 17, the 19, the 2050, and the 22. Stuff up here. It's amazing how much workings are above us.
Yeah, all old timber. See, if you look at the timbers in this mine, the round ones are the old ones, and the square ones are the new ones. And what's interesting, they put all these timbers in, they all rot out, but the mine just, stayed. These were guys from Cornwall, England, where the ground mustn't have been as good, and so they were used to just loading up the mine with timbers. So we have a forest under here.
You want to go next? We're all going through here?
Yeah.
Shortcut.
Go ahead.
Okay. Then we'll let you, because you got a lot of stuff. And we don't if we can help you. I like the shoulder thing. Well, that was easy. Okay. Hang on. What do we got?
That's great, down Alice's hole, huh?
Oh, it opens up. Yeah.
Go ahead, and I'll
Hey, this is all right.
Yeah, I haven't got much footage of that.
That was fun. That's all right.
Okay, I'm gonna go through and then give me a second to get you to turn around, get you coming through.
Well, I usually go through straight ahead, so I don't know how I'm going through this one. Ah, looks okay. Oh, this is no worries.
Now that may be a hot. That could be that.
Looks like more that was coming out of the hanging wall than the vein.
Anybody's? I verified this before, Mike. I've seen the color. Oh, there it is, right there. You seen it?
I
You guys see the color?
Oh yeah, right there. Perfect. See it?
Look at that melee detector.
That's right there. Right.
Oh man, that's good gold, Ian, right there.
Yeah, it's over gold.
Gold. That's
expensive.
a nice rack horse, boy. That's a high dollar stuff.
Yeah.
So, okay, you guys.
Golden plates right there. Yeah.
Now, what's down here? So here's what I want. This is why we just started digging this out. Well, what's right here if you got gold there? What's down there?
Okay, we're presently in the upper level of the Ophir mine, which is owned by the 16-to-1 mine. And historically, the Ophir mine is actually older and produced gold at an earlier time than the 16-to-1 mine. We're here today because we've determined that although the 16-to-1 mine has been dewatered, the Ophir mine, portions of it is what we'd call a perched water table. Even though it's far above the levels of the 16-to-1, or many of the levels, the mine is flooded. And in the 1930s, when Ferguson and Gannett, the geologist from the U.S. Geological Survey, came through this area, they also noted that the lower levels of the Ophir mine were flooded below the upper level. And so this is a little project that Ian here has suggested, and I truly believe it has a lot of merit because it's been so long since anybody has been in this area. And of course, those were the days of carbide lamps and $20 gold. And technology and what we look for and so forth has radically changed since that time. And the big question now is risk versus reward, and to outline an exploration program to try and get the water out of this mine.
Look at the serpentine there, and then you've got the Mariposa right behind it, and the vein just opened up.
Yeah. And the guy
Now,
says it looks good enough to sink on.
Yeah, this would have been, what, in the 1880s?
Some guy said, it looks
Late
good.
1800s.
Looks
the
good.
Mariposa was late 1870s.
Looks good enough to sink on, right?
Yeah.
And that's the old windlass still there.
Now, here's what I was saying, man. We're going to look down that hole, and it may already been under here. But you got gold right here.
Well, look at the way guys have been chinging out in there. There must have been a little signal right in there.
More elevation.
Just hold up for a little bit here.
Here we go.
Oh, man! That's where they get the tri-tip. Just go out there and keep shooting.
Well, I think they left. I didn't see him over there.
There's another one, Cameron. Look up.
What do you ask for?
A drill bit.
Something with a drill bit in it. Yeah, it's pretty much like a science.
I didn't see where it hit. Ooh, look at that ring, man.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't even see it.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Oh, shit.
All
right. They're getting, see, Dave, how they made their adjustments, you know?
Yeah.
Right now, there it is. Again, I'd like you to set up for drops. Oftentimes people will put Ken Harvard Hughes and Joe Satrapa, or Hoser, and come on up, give him a big hand and shake and roll. Love the as you can see, he's
Hello, I'm John Monroe here at the Nevada City Airfest with the pilot of the biplane. This is Lori, the pilot. Hi, Lori.
Hi, how are you doing?
We're doing fine. It's a nice day, great day for flying. Can you tell us what we have here behind us?
We have a vintage original 1929 Waco. She was an original mail plane used as a crop duster, and now she's working as a biplane to give rides.
That's great. How many people can it take?
Well, including myself, 3. So we can fit 2 passengers up in the front, and then myself, I fly in the back.
How fast does it go?
Not very. We're looking at ground speed yesterday, and we were looking at about 95 miles an hour.
Okay. Wow. How high can it go? Do you have an altitude limit?
As much as you can stand because it gets cold.
Oh, I see. How long have you been flying a biplane?
This is my first season, so it's been about 5 months.
How many hours do you have in it?
In this, I have about 150.
Wow. Is it fun to fly?
It's a blast.
Do you like it?
Love it.
Oh, yeah. Do you fly anywhere else besides here today?
I do. I'm an instructor at Amelia Reed Aviation in San Jose, and also have a plane of my own.
Okay, Laura, you're going to take us up for a ride next. What can we expect?
To have a lot of fun. What we do is take off, and depending on what venue we're at, we'll try to fly over town and get the residents in town stirred up to come out. And if you have a special place you want to see, we definitely will do our best to take you over that and then come back in and land.
Great. After today, what's next?
Well, that Gulfstream that'll be coming by, that's certainly a goal.
Yeah, here we go. There's a little jet going up.
But for the plane, we'll be at Auburn for the Auburn Air Show. I believe that's August 8th.
Okay.
And be doing the same thing.
What's next for Lori, the pilot?
Commercial. So going to the airlines, going to carry passengers around, something to that effect.
Professional pilot.
Absolutely.
Commercial pilot. That sounds great. Well, thank you, Lori.
Thank you very much.
And here we are at Nevada City Airfest.
Hard to believe you'd get that kind of performance out of something you could build in your garage. Arnie and Dave. Dave Cronin, once he gets his feet up, they get going.